Hey everybody, it's me again. Something a little bit different, but all around about the same thing. Instead of a Nintendo game, this time I'm going to replace the switches on a mouse that I've been going through a lot of these, by the way. You played Overwatch, you would know what I'm talking about. This is an M570 by Logitech. This is my first one right here, second one right here, and I'm on the third one right now. Which the third one's holding up much better than these other two ever did. So yeah, I'm just gonna replace these switches. I found them, the exact type ones that are written on the sides of these, and this one right here is the one that's shot. But I'm gonna replace them both. And since my soldering iron is working so well, I was meaning to get around to doing something like this for a long time now. So let's get busy. Let's go ahead and start working on this. I see that the optical sensor right here is a ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to carefully pull this particular tab up. A lot of times I just like using my fingers for this, but I want to try to make it at least professional looking. Remove that. I know it's a little grimy, grody. We'll clean that up here in a little while. I'll probably do that. I'm going to do that right now and touch that up because I don't want to end up having to deal with that later. Found a better container for my rubbing alcohol so it won't evaporate so quickly. And I'm going to use the helping hands tool to hold on to the PCB while I work on it. Yeah, that's grimy. You can tell I've gamed with it for a while. Okay, that's not the right type of bit. Give me 1 second here. I have another toolkit here. I would think that that would be a little better, more suited for this particular flat. Yeah, that's better, more precise. And with any luck, this is just a snap into, or is it a ribbon? Oh, it's a ribbon. Okay. Well, we found that out quick, didn't we? Where's the other screw at? That's a really odd place to put a screw. Don't you think? Like right there, up against the PCB like that. You torque that down a little bit too hard and there goes its functionality. Okay, so we'll pull this completely out of here. With any luck, it'll just all slide right out fine, which it did, and that's just good. And I'm gonna clean that some more. We'll set this over to the side. I'll bring my helping hands over here. My apologies for that. Get rid of the soldering wick. I'm not going to need that. Clean up my workspace a little bit here. Alright, so what we need to do... Here's the 2 screws we're looking for. Is desolder right here and right here, these 2 joints. Where's the 3? Oh, this one's got 3. Okay, so these 3 joints, and then these 3 right here. Sorry, here, let me get it up to the camera a little closer if you can see what I'm pointing at. It'd be this one, and this one. Come on, focus! Get that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. This one, and this one. And I think the remake ones do not have the center post, which is just going to be, looks like too negative anyway. And then this one, and this one here. So, yeah, let's, I'm going to drop this helping hands thing down just a little bit further so that it stays focused on the actual board. What do you think? Is that going to be good? And I am going to use it right here too. With any luck, it'll keep this all nice and right where you guys can see it. To help where I can see it too. Oh no, these all have 3 posts as well. These are all 3 posts. So yeah. Oh, so yeah, this is the first time attempting something like this. This is a little more precise than working on a Nintendo game, you know. Putting a battery terminal on it, or a battery holder, adding it to the terminals. So yeah, let's definitely replace both of these at the same time while we're tearing into it and taking it apart, and then I'll check it on the actual PC if the clicking buttons work again, which would be awesome, because at least then I would know that I would have a spare or backup mice. You say mice, right? Or I don't want to say mouses. It sounds really odd. But yeah, backup mice. I'm gonna put some flux down. A little bit. At least I'm trying to. This thing's really, really picky about how much it comes out. A little flux there, a little flux there. Y'all see that all right? Okay. I'll put that right there. In case we need more flux, it's still on the cotton swab for it. Okay. Turn on the soldering iron, which is super fast. I mean, it's like 800. Boom, like that. 200. 300 degrees. 400 degrees. I'm timing it for you guys. 500. We're getting there. 600. 700. And I know I don't have to get up to 800, but it's 800 now. That's why this solder station is so impressive. It's like immediately hot for you when you need it. I'm getting everything out of the way. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's see what we can do about placing a little bit of, I'm using a different version of solder here. I don't know if this is the silver one or if this is the Rosen core. We're just going to try it out and see what it does. So what I'm doing is just heating this back up again with a little more, and I will use the solder sucker, which I have, and I'm just warming these up just to get them loosened up from all that older solder that's on it. And now I'll get my solder sucker out. Now I do have the wick as well, but and I'm sorry if it pops right in the microphone. You're gonna have to bear with me here. This is what I got. Is what I got. Ooh, that cleaned it right off, didn't it? Ooh, just a little bit left behind on that one. You guys can see this okay. Now this isn't too weird for anybody knowing that I'm doing all this, and you're like, well, what's the point of you fixing a mouse when they're just so inexpensive? It's a good point. It's like, why would I want to fix this? It's because. Let's see if I can get this all broke free here. put some more flux down, definitely, and get these things. Try to get them off of here so that it frees it up. So bear with me here. This might be a rather long video. I don't mean it to be, but it might be a longer one. And you notice I'm working on this one first, and this one's got that little board in the way, which it might make it a little more complicated to take it off of here, but it's closer to the actual alligator clip. And let me get this back just a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring it up some too so you can see the angle. And I may need to actually physically break these free too. You like heat it up and then use the actually, let me turn the solder sucker on a little bit one more time. Again, my apologies for the noise it will make. And I do have the pop filter on. Okay, now let's see if I can just force it off of there now? What do you think? You think it's going to just fall right off of there? Give me 1 second here. I'm going to flip her over and see what it looks like. Maybe put a screwdriver up underneath it. Took it right apart. So maybe if I put a flathead screwdriver right up and underneath it while I'm soldering it, it might free it up some from the actual PCB. Try this out. Oops, sorry about that. Was not expecting the pop filter to get in the way like that. It's a really long kind of hodgepodge mess of things. Getting there. Might be easier if I didn't use this helping hands thing. This thing's really, really, well, you know. If you've ever had one, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm going to put some more flux down. I just want to make sure I have plenty of it because it's just like one of the only things that I know that right now that actually works well for this kind of project. And this time I'm going to put a little more generous amount because I want to make sure that it really does come off of there. Okay. It seems like it wants to actually come off. If I have to, I'll snip it off. Like if it doesn't want to come out. Or I'll come over here and I'll break it off in sections just by, you know what, I'm going to do that way. It just seems like it'll be a little more easier process. If I just try to snap it off. Just mangling it. Sorry, everybody. Oh, there's nothing there either to get in the way, so I could really do this. Actually, it looks like it's working. It's like it's actually going to come off too. It's like I'm really close to it, just finally breaking free. I'm doing those old-fashioned twists and stuff, and just trying to mangle it to get it out of there. My hands keep getting caught up into it too. Now, I don't suggest doing this. This is the way I'm doing it. I don't care about anything else. Okay, what? Is it just one contact pad now? Yeah, one piece. Come on, get out of there. There. Got it. Sorry it took so long, everybody. That was an ordeal. Like, seriously an ordeal. That's like really, really on there. Like, they really didn't want anybody to fix their mice. You know? That kind of thing. Okay, let's get you in here. So you're right there. And then get the camera all ready to go. Can everybody see everything okay? Yeah, my apologies for all that noise and stuff too that it was trying to attempt. Wow. Yeah. It's like, give me my tweezers. Actually, tweezers will be better. Sorry if my hand got in the way there. You'd think I'd just be able to push it right straight through, but not this thing. This is really wants to stay in there. Sorry about my shaking hands too. Got it. Man. It's almost like they don't want you to work on your own stuff, huh? So I am dumping that too. It's almost like I'm physically doing this on purpose. Okay, so let's not even twist it around. Let's just drop it off there. Yeah, put a little more flux down. I think I'm going to be using a lot of that, at least on this project. I'm glad I changed the container out for the rubbing alcohol because that worked out very well. It didn't dump, it just stayed in the glass jar. So my day's going pretty good today. Just chilling. Oh, I got it. Awesome. So that really helped a lot. Never underestimate the power of flux. Gotta have a lot of it. At least with some of this other stuff that's been, you know, like really on there. Like these boards are like, wow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to clear this completely open. Here. Set it back up on the helping hands so it's a little closer to the camera. Yeah, I don't have a macro or anything for this, so this is the best we're gonna have it. If you guys can see it okay. And yeah, I'm gonna brace yourselves. I'm gonna use the solder sucker. Make sure I get these cleared out. I don't want them anything inside the center of them. Some of that solder wick. Sorry about the bump. I'm going to rotate her. Put some more flux down. Just leave the cap off this or put out a pile of it somewhere. I'm sure there's better ways of doing all this, but you know, this is part of the whole process for me to learn all this. Get back into I'm not going to show the other one being replaced. I'm just going to show this one right here because I just like this is a little annoying. Working with the camera and stuff too, it's just kind of, it's tricky. It's just tricky, that's all. see that okay? Sorry if it's not centered on the camera. I was just really concentrating on it. I'm half tempted to just grab that screwdriver and just try to poke them open. Because I have to try to get that piece back through. And one of these new ones. To make sure that it goes on properly. Just like that. But I might have to go this way with it instead. They are somewhat open too. See that? It's already a little bit open. Alright, I'm back. I was just trying to do something here and I tore the old one off of here and another piece of solder wick. Doesn't seem like it's working very well though. That's alright. You'll get there. My back's starting to hurt, so I'm gonna have to stop doing this here in a second. Just push right through. Circle bump. These are coming out much easier than the other one. Sorry, so I could see it. The middle prong looks smaller in this particular one than the other ones. Sorry, my nose is running now too. It's just my body telling me that I need to stop doing this stuff right now. Yeah, they're all coming out just easy. Man, I tell you. Alright, good to go. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try to fit those components through. So, see you soon. Hey everybody, I am back. I took my break and now we are going to clear up some of these contact pads just a little bit. Sorry, well, that's what they are, right? I mean, they're a pad of some sort. They're not necessarily a contact pad, but... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smear this right here. So at least I have a puddle of it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go over these a little bit. Soldering irons are already all warmed up and ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my tweezers and poke through them to make sure that they're through hole, so that when I put the component on the board, which is just, I think it's a single throw switch or a momentary switch, that it won't be a continuous problem where I'm just fighting with the part all the time. And trust me, I am fighting with these parts. This is not a very simple project. Maybe for somebody else it might be, but for me this is becoming an ordeal and rather tricky to get the stuff to see where it's at, have it on camera, make sure that it's not in the way, everything's in focus. So yeah, I think y'all know where I'm coming from on this one. Not complaining, just stating facts. It's like one of those things. I might come from the other direction, but this seems to be working out fairly well. As long as I'm able to move it and then pull it. Away from the board. Because I really don't want any leftover solder in that. Via, that's the other color, Via or Via. Here, let me get the helping hands over a little bit further. Alright, well, let's see if we can get those components through. And since they're a momentary switch, they do have actually some writing on the side of them of what they are. Is that okay? Yep. The originals, if they're still intact, is here. It's written on the side as well. That That's the part number that I replaced with the new ones. And let's see if they will work. Yeah, it might be another one of those issues that I've been having about them not wanting to go through the actual socket. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this side too. Okay, give me a second. You can see where they just bubbled up and came out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of, use my solder wick here, put a little bit of flux directly on it, and see if I can get these solder free. I swear this helping hands thing is actually more trouble than it's worth. I'm constantly messing with it. It's just, come on. I'm gonna use the solder sucker, see if that works. Sorry about that. trying to get these vias open. They really don't want to open up. That one finally open? Yeah, it did. Jesus. Since it's being very, very stubborn, and I'm more stubborn, I'm going to try to use something else to get through that. Punch a hole through it, make sure that it's punched through so that when I slide the component through without it being a pain. And this one's already open. These two will be rather easy to open up. At least I'm hoping so. It'd almost be worth it to have a drill bit just to drill it out. I'm sure this will work. It worked, but it's a little bit tricky right now. It's probably got a blob on the end of it. That's what I don't like about this helping hand thing. It's just annoying. There. Got the blob off. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. This will be making a very interesting video. I know, a little bit frustrating, but it'll still make an interesting video. At least I got those ports free now. So let me get my side cutters, wherever I put them, all the way this time I can just pull right through. Yep. At least I'm hoping that that's open enough so that these parts will fit through it. This is rather obnoxious. Yeah, there's still a really tight fit, like they don't want to. Yeah, that one section in the beginning there. It's this part right here. It's just absolutely obnoxious. Now I gotta flip it over again. Let's see if I can get that bottom part of it cleared up. Using a nice segment of solder wick. Down on it again. Make sure that I can get these cleared off the rest of the way. This is just some miserable solder. I mean, it's like whatever they used at this company, it's just that type of solder where you just don't, it just does not want to use, does not want to work. I'll be back. Alright. Now with any luck, these will go right through that, but let's go ahead and clean up that flux residue first though. Yeah, this one's becoming a real treat to work on. Yeah, I don't want that flux underneath the switch. So you guys can see this okay. Trying to get that fuzz out there too. See if that worked. It might have, which would be awesome. Ha! That one went in fine. And that one flush mounted too. There we go. Yahoo! That's a treat. Alright, they'll stay in there now. They're really tight in there, so now I'm just going to solder them to the board and we'll be good to go. And I can check it out and see if I did any damage to the actual, you know, playability of the mouse at all. What do you think? Yeah, now I can bring it up some too. I don't have to have it down so low. I need that extra bit of strength because this thing keeps moving on me and they're just little pieces of, you know, it's grommets, whatever you want to call them. So, we're getting there. We're getting there, people. Whoop, whoop. That makes me happy right there, seeing that. That's the progress I was looking for. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do any clever editing of me, you know, yelling at this thing at all. I might just leave it in there because it does frustrate me when my body doesn't want to do what I want it to do. You know, like it. I already had to take a break, and I shouldn't have had to take a break. It was like this is really something simple. You know, physically, this should not be so difficult for me. But it's just one of those days, man. Just one of those days. I gotta bring it so I can see it. Yeah, see, there's a resistor right there. I may have burnt any of those, so we'll see how this turns out. Oh yeah, and I need clean that side up some. So I can inspect the solder joints, make sure that they're okay and they look good. This one's the one I'm most concerned with. Looks pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. I was really having a hard time with those vias. Or vias. Vias, what do you want to call them? Just want to make sure that I have plenty of flux, because there's just never enough of this stuff on this. I'll make sure I put them on right too. I did. The right, position. That one looked good. Just want to make sure that's on there good. Alright, we're good. I don't want to keep messing with it. Being a perfectionist. Oh. So yeah, my day is going much better now. It's just chillaxing, and I'm going to have probably something really awesome for dinner tonight. I was thinking probably the pizza itself from Sammy's. I eat a lot of Sammy's pizza, and I like it a lot, and I find it very impressive that I don't gain weight from eating that food, and I maintain a very healthy diet all the while. Alright. I'm gonna put it back together again. I don't know if you guys want to see all that. That's really a simple project. Pretty straightforward. Screws, all this and that, but I'll go ahead and show you guys that anyway. Get this helping hands out of the way. I'm gonna clean up the station real quick. Give me a second. Hey everybody, I am back. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning inside here. I'll probably just really brush it out. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. When I was brushing it out, I misplaced the little switch through here for this. That little switch right there? And when you put it back together again, you should have the switch in the right spot. Turn it around. So I remember how I put it together again. Yeah, remember that odd screw right here? You just tuck it right underneath in there so that it goes back together properly. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this down and be sure to have this switch lined up appropriately so that it lines up with the right direction. I can't believe it fell out, but actually I can. It's part of the fun of actually having these things and putting them together, taking them apart. Okay, there we go. Now let's see. There we go. Yep, I got it. So that'll line her up a little bit, make sure that the on and off switch is functional. Okay, put this one back together again right here. Oh, that's right. It takes that specific screwdriver bit, doesn't it? More of a precision one on the inside, and the outside ones are the regular non-flat top ones. I know there's one there, right? It's around here somewhere. Hack. Yeah, found the spot for it anyway. I was trying to look through the camera and you can't, it doesn't work. Okay, and I know there's another flat top one. I don't have the screws necessarily lined up appropriately, but I have them here now. Kind of like that. Not tightening it too tight, just enough to do that. Keep that cap like that. And I do a little bit of a brush down with this too, but I'm going to be very careful so I don't lose a part or anything off of it. There we are. Yeah, there was obviously a specific way to do that. Yeah, just thinking about having pizza for dinner is really helping me out on my speed and ease of cleaning all this and taking it all up. Cleaned on the inside here too, you know, just making sure that everything is aligned properly, placed in the spots where it needs to be. That way it doesn't give me issues later when I try to put it back together again, or as I'm putting it back together again. It seems like I must have done some stuff to that. Touched up in here, make sure it's all clean and cleared off, because we were really seriously messing with all this stuff in here. And then this one right here is another flat top screw, and I need to find that one. And right here, I want to make sure that this lines up appropriately. There's got to be a catch or something on it. Yep, there is. I mean, out of all designs, this is an excellent designed mouse. I mean, I really love it a lot. The only reason why I'm doing all this, I mean, the solder is tough to get off the board, but the rest of it is just, I mean, this is engineered wonderfully. I love it. I mean, it's a trackball mouse. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, when I'm playing Overwatch, I thoroughly enjoy using a mouse like this versus the other style mice out there. Well, this is an old one. I've used it a lot, so yeah, bear with me. I know there's a little bit of grime and grit inside here and stuff. It's some of the stuff that's exposed to the elements. That. At one point, I thought for sure I saw a clear plastic piece that would fit over the lens here, over that lens part, and I don't know what happened to it. There was This isn't the only mouse that I have that has that missing in it. Others of them are missing it too. You know, for the for the optics. But yeah, it's good to go the rest of the way. Excellent. All right, I'm going to screw it back together again, and I'll put the little pieces. These little pieces. Yeah, I'll put them back on too, and I'll see you guys in a few. Hey everybody, I'm back. All right, this is my original mouse that I'm using right now. You can see it on the screen. It's right here. You know, all that. This is the one I've been playing Overwatch with. It's in great condition. There's no mouse or key switch lag or anything like that. All right, and here's the old one. You can notice what the old one is. It's got that little scarring and all that from constant use over the years, and it's not working right now because it's not plugged in. I'll turn it on, and it doesn't work with this particular dongle. So what I'll do is I'll pull out this one's dongle after fixing it all up, turn it on, I'm going to put it in, take this one off. I'm going to put it right into the USB port right here, and I'm going to give it a shot on Overwatch and see how well this mouse works on that game. What do you think? Use this one, the old one. Let's see what it does. I'll refrain from making any commentary. At least I'll try to. But man, I don't record myself because I yell at this game a lot. I mean, I vent. Like, what is this game doing? Why does it have to do it? You know, why is it doing it that way? Why am I being damage suppressed? It's a lot of really curious things happen while playing, even in AI.
Traveling to Nepal.
So, let's have some fun. I'm thinking Game G. Actually, I'm going to go for Ashy because the per shot is a constant usage of the mouse. I want to make sure I'm using the mouse properly, you know. So we can making sure that this switch right here works every time, and we're making sure that this switch works every time. So now we're going to play a match real quick and see if I get any type of overshot or undershot, anything like that. You know, a double shot maybe even, where it's like almost turbo. You know, it's like a sloppy button or a sloppy keystroke kind of thing. If you play this game, you would know exactly what I'm talking about on it. So let's go ahead and give her a playthrough. Got a little bit of a lag on that one. So this would be a great controller or a great mouse to have if the other one starts to fail on me. But I could really feel, wow, yeah, no, I could really feel the mouse switch press much better than even on my other one. So those new switches are nice. Let me turn off this user AI or user's interface. turret really wanted me.
First round. 1. Personality duplication complete. Score 1-0.
Nice thing about turning off the user interface, the UI, is that you get a little bit extra footage of the game when you're playing it between matches. So like in case you drop, say you drop your ult right at the end, you'll get to see all of your ult completed. Maybe. Happens really well when you're using Diva. You launch your ult and then wait for it and then boom and you see it. Those last few seconds.
Capture the objective.
Now, hold on.
Plus it makes for a nice, good, clean video. If you're going to make a music video or anything like that, this is the way to do it.
Fire in the hole!
The objective is
So I didn't do any damage to the board whatsoever while I was wrenching on it and working on it. This is awesome. I'm so happy that that soldering iron does such a wonderful job. And to be able to replace these components, I would have never thought that I would ever have the capability of ever doing that.
I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
team kill.
That's better. Thanks.
Enemy turret destroyed.
He is a grudge out for me for sure.
Team kill.
My ultimate is charging. My ultimate is charging. Get in there, Mom.
Double kill.
Triple. Keep down. Take it easy. Smoke him out of there.
Victory.
If you want to give people their handles or their
Play of the game.
name tags, you can. That's me right there in front.
Double, triple, quadruple kill, quintuple kill.
Not bad. So I'm very impressed with the switch on these after I replaced them. Oh yeah, had some fun. All right, happy gaming everybody. Stay safe, be healthy. Take care.